Hey guys, this is Group 6. We are presenting something very interesting and fascinating. A gramophone record. It's a type of analog storage medium. It stores recorded music or other sounds. It was popular during most of the 20th century. Gramophone records are played on a record player, that is phonograph. A gramophone record is a flat disc that is usually made of plastic. The sound is recorded on a very fine line and grooves which goes around and around in a spiral from the outside edge of the disc to the center. The phonograph plays the sound with a needle that touches the grooves. A record usually has different music on each side. When made of vinyl, they were also known as vinyl records. Most music made in the 20th century used this format. Thomas Edison made early phonographs in the 1870s. He originally used the tin foil to record the sound. Soon wax cylinders were used in the place of tin foil. The cylinder could be taken off the machine and put back on without destroying the recordings. Although discs were made as early as 1888, it was not until 1902 that discs became more popular than cylinder records. Vinyl records lost popularity but never went out of production. Now in recent years, vinyl is gaining popularity, while CD record shops has gone out of business. By the way, the sound playing in the background is a vinyl music.
The working of phonograph. The phonograph had a wooden cylinder with a thin sheet of foil wrapped around it and a sturdy needle with a horn attached to it pressed against the foil. And Edison spoke into the horn, and the sound of energy from his voice funneled and concentrated by the horn made the needle vibrate up and down. As Edison cranked the handle, the cylinder rotated and the needle cut a groove into the foil. Since the needle was moving up and down, the depth of the groove varied according to how loud or soft his voice was. In other words, the groove was a recording of the sound of Edison's voice translated into a mechanical form. To play back the recording sound, Edison simply ran the process in reverse. He put the needle back at the start of the groove and cranked the handle. Obediently, the needle ran along the groove, jolting up and down to follow the pattern it had cut previously. As it moved about, it vibrated, and the noise of its vibration was amplified by the horn, recreating the sound of the Edison's voice, although in a very scratchy fashion. Edison developed his original phonograph in the 1870s. About a decade later, he improved the idea, replacing the metallic foil with wax cylinders, each of which could store several minutes of recording sound. In the early years of the 20th century, wax cylinders were themselves replaced by flat discs, and the phonograph evolved into the record player. Edison's phonograph and the inventions that built on it were responsible for this enormous social change.
We know that a gramophone needle moves on a groove with a radius. But how do you relate the length of the groove and the speed of the rotating gramophone plate with the frequency of the sound it produces? The sound corresponds to wiggles in the groove. When the groove goes from its mid or usual place to the left, back to the mid, then to the right and back to the mid, we call it as one cycle. Suppose that this cycle occupies a distance lambda measured along the circumference of the groove. If the disc is rotating at n turns per unit time, then the speed at which a groove of radius r is moving past the pickup needle is 2 pi r n. So, the number of cycles per second, that is, the frequency is f equal to 2 pi r n lambda.
To conclude, the invention of the phonograph by Thomas Edison changed music forever. From the mechanics of the lever to the transferring of speech to foil, physics play a part in the success of the phonograph. Edison successfully created a revolutionary machine that could transfer acoustic vibrations onto a playable medium. Other than playing music, the phonographs were also used for educational purpose, family records, phonographic books, and dictation of words. His invention paved the way for similar inventions that used his concept, such as vinyl records. The working of the phonograph has evolved over history, like from upgrading foil to wax and measures taken to improve the quality of the music, to making the phonographic music from 2 minutes to 4 minutes. The phonograph has amazingly impacted the world by providing music to be listened at home as well as the foundation of the music industry itself.